Kamala Harris went off script over the weekend. It didn't go really well. Watch this.
Our election is about understanding the importance of this beautiful country of ours in terms of what we stand for around the globe as a democracy. As a democracy, we know there's a duality to the nature of democracy. On the one hand, incredible strength when it is intact. What it does for its people to protect and defend their rights, their liberty, and their freedom. Incredibly strong and incredibly fragile.
Former White House Press Secretary Ari Fleischer joins me now. Ari, if she's producing word salads like this, how's she going to do in the debate?
Well, my slogan is let Kamala speak. I think this is one of the reasons she was such an unpopular, unsuccessful vice president is because people saw her in the raw. They saw how she spoke. They saw her brain. They saw her ability to just thread thoughts together and come out with incoherent conclusions and sentences. And we just got a glimpse of it. She has been so remarkably disciplined and on script ever since she became the nominee. And this is one of the few instances in where we actually see who Kamala Harris is. Yeah, that debate, Stuart, is going to be huge. Of course, any interview with a legitimate journalist will also be significant because no one really has seen her in in almost a month.
Do you think her handlers will let her do an interview with a quality journalist?
No, I think what they're going to do is do one of those short 6-7 minute interviews on the fly at an event where a favored reporter, will throw softballs and lollipops and silly horse race questions at her. How did you think your convention bump was? Silly things like that, as opposed to saying to her, why did you walk away from all the positions you held? Why don't you believe in Medicare for all anymore? Why did you say get rid of all private insurance? Those are the probing questions that explore her mind, that get to the core of her policies and who she is. And what worries me most, Stuart, is any politician who can walk away from all the positions that they took yesterday will do the same and walk away from all the positions they take today. You can't trust that politician. That's who I fear she is.
But the media will always protect her because they want to beat Trump no matter what. That's the situation, right?
That is the terrible problem we're in America today, where the media has changed so much in the last 20 years. They were always liberal, but now they're activists, and they're activists to defeat Donald Trump above all. And that means barely scratching Kamala Harris, barely asking any hard questions, barely exposing bad stories about her, and instead keeping all the focus on what's wrong with Donald Trump. The media is in the tank, and it's one of the biggest reasons America is a divided country.
The House GOP impeachment report found that President Biden committed, quote, impeachable conduct and defrauded the country to enrich his family. The White House responded to the report, dismissing it as a failed stunt. But Ari, at this point, it doesn't matter as far as the election is concerned, does it?
No, it really doesn't. And the focus on President Biden, the focus on Hunter Biden, they're legitimate focuses because there are ethical issues, there are policy issues. He is still our president for roughly 5 months. So there is and should be focus on them. But it really won't significantly alter the outcome of this election. But onto the report. Listen, whether it's impeachable or just a statement that is unethical, which is what I think it is, unethical, we do know that then Vice President Biden got on the phone with his son's business clients. He set it up. He got on there. He participated. Sitting vice presidents should not do that, and he denied doing it. He said he had no knowledge of his son's business, and then we find out, as a fact, that he was on those phone calls. So there's certainly ethical issues here.
Ari Fleischer. You got it right. Thanks so much, Ari. We'll see you again real soon, I do hope.
Thank you, Stuart.